not up till you live enlightened life, manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolute perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We get you health, we get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life, we get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Annual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattamasyadi Lakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions.
The nectar exuding from the eternal lotus, Akasha, Panakaja, also increases in him. Bhagavan has beautifully given us that when we are born, the death clock is start ticking and it's ready to be in action anytime, any day, anywhere. It just starts closing the whole thing. And we are in such a birth and death destruction cycle. Bhagavan beautifully says, he is eaten by none. And how can that happen when you understand the higher science? How can we higher science help us and manifest as our reality? Again and again, Paramashiva comes down to planet Earth to raise each one of us by entangling with us, because we humans entangle to understand how to walk, how to talk, how to eat, and everything we have learned by only being mirroring neurons that learns and starts manifesting as our reality. We learn from the body language, gestures more than anything else. So we keep observing and imbibing all that from the nature. But when we are in the Vata Varna of the avatar himself, what would we imbibe? The higher consciousness, the superconscious state that he is in, he can manifest in all of us. Again and again, he himself teaches us the science, how we can do step by step, how he has given the detox program for all of us to experience the higher consciousness, doing the Brahma Muhurta Yoga, taking the neem juice, taking the haritaki. Each one gives us the ultimate solution of not just the body flexibility, but something consciously happening in us. And beautifully he explains to us how we are consciousness. It is not that we are a body, we are praying and something else happened to us. No, we are consciousness, so we exist, and so we manifest our body, so we manifest our mind and execute as our own identity incompletions and chaos that we create around ourselves in spite of Bhagavan manifesting through us. Beautifully, Bhagavan says a story where Krishna, one day, Arjuna had come to his house and Arjuna was sleeping, and Krishna tells the Rukmani to go and wake him up, and she went and never came back. Then Narada goes and he also doesn't return. And then Gopikas come. Gopikas also come and they go, they don't return. Krishna is so curious. What is that which is happening? I am sending everyone and nobody is there coming back, and how do I eat my breakfast? And Krishna was curious to see what was going on, and he goes and sees where Arjuna in his deep sleep chanting the Krishna Nama, and he was in such a oneness space that he has gone into the deep most space that all these Gopikas and all Rukmini, everybody mesmerized into that space and completely are lost on time and everything. And so Krishna goes at the feet of Arjuna and starts pressing his feet literally, and Narayana, and Arjuna wakes up to see what's happening and what's going on. Even in his deep sleep, the thoughts were only about Krishna. And everything was about Krishna. Krishna felt so amazing that he was so glad that everything was in rhythm of Krishna. And that is what happens when we understand the deeper and deeper we are again and again that we are Paramashiva. Even our dream, even our the most difficult moment or a beautiful moment, we will remember only Paramashiva. When that happens, that space of oneness takes us to a next conscious space, a superconscious space, where we forget even our body that we are and go into the beautiful oneness space, the bhakti. Bhagavan just doesn't give the bhakti, but he says you should have like Gopikas, Jnana Vairagya Bhakti. What is Jnana and Vairagya? Jnana and Vairagya happens when you are integrated in physically. All the details that you follow, like how Agama specifies, when we follow and practice, like for example, doing the puja, doing the yoga, then the Vairagya comes. Vairagya just does not happen, but comes as with the Jnana. Having the right context, right cognition, the Vairagya happens. When we understand the right cognition, the Vairagya is born, and then from there the Bhakti is formed. Then it becomes eternal Bhakti. Nobody can change it and nobody can tamper it. You will be in such a beautiful, blissful space where you will not get out of that and get into all these worldly problems. Each of us understanding that why we need to follow the Agama, why we need to follow all the instruction that Bhagavan is giving, is to build the Vairagya in us. Why in the puja there has so many conditions that we need to follow is to bring Vairagya. All the details that are given during the rituals is to bring the Vairagya in us, and understanding, from the understanding to build the Jnana, that the meticulous things will happen if we understand the detail of each one of that is given so beautifully. How everything is cooked is not given, but even the vessel, how it is to be treated because of the carbon that will be collected in the vessel, even to that minute detail, Shiva has penned down everything for us. And if he has penned down, Bhagavan says, God comes in detail. And when we get into such detail of understanding, we build the Vairagya. Everywhere we are so on the easy way to do things. This modern plane, we only want everything in a minute. But unless we get grounded into the Vairagya, we will not understand the depth of anything. We will be very superficial and hypocrite. If we understand the depth of why that is happening and how Bhagavan is beautifully sculpting everything, that will be the most beautiful space for us to experience the real bhakti. Beautifully, Bhagavan gives all this explanation to the Balasans and again gives us such wonderful clarity how we need to experience superficial. We see so much of crowd in all the temples, but there is no grounding in them. They just go to the temple and they want to say, oh, I went to temple, but nothing is happening. But where is the Vairagya? To get into the detail how things has to happen. Are they following everything to the dot? That is the Vairagya. And from the context why things has to be followed and how things has been mentioned, has that detail has been taken into account. That builds the Jnana Vairagya. So beautifully, Bhagavan explains each of these powerful cognition where we understand the much deeper science of power manifestation is from higher context. This is a story of Manikavachakar. He belongs to the 9th century and this is from the Periya Puranam. And here Manikavachakar, how he went and bought all the money that king gave. He went and built the temple that he's supposed to buy horses. Because when he saw somebody sitting there and giving the description that all the devotees should build a temple for Shiva, he saw Shiva himself telling him that. He was able to recognize Shiva and immediately he went and built the temple. He did not bother about anything everybody said. The king will hang him. King will give him a royal imprisonment, but he did not listen. And then king came to know this and he sent his men to go and get him to imprison him. But Shiva says, okay, I will get the horses. And he comes in such a beautiful space with such a handsome way, and he comes on the horses to the king and say, here are your horses, why did you put him in the jail? And king releases him, but the horses, he doesn't stop there. The horses became foxes and went and bit the horses which were original horses also and killed them and ran away. Why he would do all these leela? To showcase Manikavachkar space. Simply Paramashiva is interested only in the space, bringing the best of the devotees. He is more interested in the devotees than we are interested in him. So he brings the best in Manikavachkar by bringing him again to the king. The king asked, what did you do? Again he imprisoned him. Then it floods there, and he comes to Vaigai and showcase to how he got hurt from the king, because king hit him because he was not carrying and fixing the flood. Shiva himself came down and he did not do anything, and king experienced, and all of them experienced that hurt when the king hit Shiva, who was in disguise as a normal person, to showcase how the oneness exists, how Manikavachkar is an ultimate soul, and king surrendered and said, I will release him, and simply the flood became normal. If we understand how the land works, how the consciousness works, how the five element works, when Bhagavan himself comes down as in human form, how we need to hold that space. We are the most lucky people to experience the avatar in this millennium. We have heard about Rama and Krishna, but never experienced. But here Bhagavan himself has come down in human form, initiating all of us. That is the most biggest blessing for all of us to experience the oneness. Let's listen to Bhagavan himself narrate on the Ashtama Siddhi. Atma Pramana.
The outside, you need to see the boundarylessness inside. The nameless, formless, boundaryless experience had to be experienced inside. Only then it can penetrate your eye and appear outside. Understand the science of the meditation? Understand the science of the whole process? So first, see it inside. Close your eyes. Just be boundaryless inside. See, all your thought starts with a basic idea of your boundary. Unless you have an idea about you can't have thoughts. You understand? For example, if a thought comes, for example, let me go and eat. It means what? You have an idea of me, boundary. So, unless there is a base, you can't have a thought. So any thought happening means you are feeling you have some boundary. Relax from that. Understand? No. Just relax. Constantly relax. Suddenly you will see, inside itself you will have the idea of boundarylessness. Then open your eyes. Whatever you are seeing, maybe different color, different shade, different light, different thing. Do not name them. Do not name. For example, this shade, this size is computer. This size, this shade, table. This size, this shape, tablecloth. This size, this shape, throne. This size, this shape, Swamiji. Don't name. Just do not name. Gaze just with that boundarylessness inside. All of you are able to catch what I am saying? A little subtle thing. When I do the process, you'll understand. I'll make it happen. When I do the process, I'll make it happen. You can say these are all the breaking the ice. Breaking the ice. First, inside be boundaryless. Then, when you open the eyes, do not label anything. Whatever you are seeing in front, you don't have to concentrate on me. Please understand, you don't have to center yourself on me. You can look at anything. Just look around. Just do not name. Look at everything. Do not name, that's all.